Because the reality is God will not fail you. Get that in. Get a picture of what you see wholeness looks like. Get a picture in your spirit of what you see promises looking like. God will not fail you, but hear this. It might not be on your timeline. It might not be done in your way, but God will not fail you. He is faithful. I'm not saying you're not going to go through hard times. You will go through hard times. I'm not saying you won't go through suffering. You will go through suffering. That's one of the pillars of our Christian faith. But you will come out different from someone who doesn't have a relationship with God, who is not in covenant with God, who does not pray or talk to God, who does not know how to approach Him and say, have mercy on me, help me, and I worship you. When you begin to say, have mercy on me, help me, and worship Him, things begin to change in your life. It doesn't mean that everything's going to be perfect. It doesn't mean it's going to be fixed overnight. It means I trust God for the process as much as I do for the promise. And if you can't trust God in the process, then why do we even deserve the promise? He doesn't just give the promise. He doesn't just give it. The process is as important as the promise. And I wish I didn't have to go through a lot of the process, but you do. Because that's what's building you. That's what's strengthening you. That's what's not just giving you ministry material, it's making you ministry material. Because in the end, it's not just what you say, it's who you are. It comes out of you because you are the living epistle. You are the letter that Christ is writing in the earth. He didn't say, you're not going to go through this. He says, but when you go through this, you'll look different than the unsaved. You'll act different. When they press you really hard, instead of hate coming out of you, love's going to come out of you. When they knock you down, instead of quitting, you're going to be resilient because the same spirit that raised Christ from the dead now dwells on the inside of you. Who am I here for? God will not fail you. Have mercy on me. Come on. Have mercy on me. This woman's desperate. Her daughter is tormented. Her home is broken. Her heart is shattered. She has nowhere to go. But something powerful begins to happen. She runs to Jesus. The problem right here is when you get under pressure, most people, what's in them is going to come out. And they run to things that are familiar. You go back to addiction. You go to taking your mind to a place, even to religion, which can be an addiction for people. Religion. She doesn't run to the system. She runs to Jesus. She runs to Jesus. And what I want you to do is look and say, what is my knee jerk? I've told you this story so often. When I first started ministry, we had this guy, Billy, and he wanted to be on staff with us. And so we were doing work day, and I wanted to observe people because I always want to observe people. And so he was an electrician by trade. We needed some work done. He gets up on a second building. It's about as high as this. And he touches a hot wire. And when he touches that hot wire, he falls to the floor. Might not have been as high as this. This is a little bit lower than this. This looked like 3. But he touches a hot wire and he falls back. And man, he starts cussing like a sailor. Blankety blank. I mean, he's dropping a blank and another blank, and I can't even say them right. And he's cussing like a sailor. I mean, harsh sailor. And all of a sudden he sees me running over to him, and he sees some of the elders running to him, and he starts going, katarabashata. Right. Okay, so what happens? What happens? What's in him comes out of him. And it's not that God doesn't know it's in you. It's that when you get under pressure, what really comes out of you? Nothingness? What really is coming out of you? Numbness? Distance? Severance? Think about it. What's really coming out of you? Hatred? Get even? What's really coming out of you when you get pressed? Is it love, patience, faith, goodness, temperance? Come on, what's really coming out of you? Not that you can just speak in tongues. You can speak in tongues when you're under pressure, not under pressure. What's coming out of you? Is it the fruit of the Spirit? Is it the character of Christ? And God says we're going to keep going through processes, not just promises, because I'm more concerned about discipling you and developing you than I am giving you something. I'm more concerned about making you something than giving you something. I don't know who this message is for, Maybe I'm in the wrong church today. Maybe the wrong audience is watching me, congregation online, but I have a sneaking suspicion that this word is right up in your business. I have a suspicion that I'm right up in your stuff, which I'm going to give you about 3 or 4 points. Point number 1, a mother's love refuses to walk away. And I could say this, a child of God's love refuses to walk away. You're not afraid of hard things. You're not afraid to conquer it, knowing that the best of you and the best of Christ is going to go into that lion's den, but you're not going to be alone. You're going to be in the fiery furnace, but there's going to be a 4th man with you. And if you can't believe that the first time you smell like smoke, you got to get back out and go to the little kiddie pool again, because you're not ready for the deep waters. So stop praying for the deep waters. Stop acting like you're ready for it. Go back to the kiddie pool. It's okay. And I'm not being mean there. I'm saying you got to graduate kindergarten before you can go to college. You got to mature in some things. There's some things at 60 I'm different than I was at 20 and 40. And I'm sure I'm making mistakes now that at 70 I'll say I was so dumb at 60. I look back because every day my heart is, God, make me more like you. God, help me be like you. Help me not react. Help me respond. Because this is about growing and changing from glory to glory in the character of Christ. Not what I want, not what my rights, not what I want, not what my rights that I think I am, but I died to self and lived to Christ. Pain pushed her towards him. Think about it. The enemy would have left you alone if he knew that attack was going to push you to Jesus. Because when you get under pressure, what's in you is going to come out. And some of you need to understand that the enemy thought the pressure would destroy you. Watch. But instead, it's developing deeper faith. And I always tell people, don't curse your crisis. Don't curse it. It's working for you. And it doesn't have to define you. But the inevitable thing is you don't get to escape it. Just like everyone in the Bible. You've got to learn how to be processed through it. So, a mother's love refuses to walk away. This woman had every reason to quit. An impossible situation, people judging her, the disciples saying send her away, rejecting her, ghosting her. She's suffering because her daughter hurts. And when it came to Jesus, verse 23, I've just got to dwell here for a minute, because this is the hardest part of this whole text for me. Pastor Todd, this is the hardest part. I get human behavior. I can size up usually in 8 minutes in a person's life and tell you the patterns, if I spend just a few moments with them. But this one, this is hard. Rachel, this one's hard. He answered, verse 23, he answered her not a word. It does not say he didn't hear her. He didn't answer her. It is the ultimate form of rejection. I can understand, I get upset sometimes if John doesn't answer me. I'm like, are your hearing aids in? Turn them up. Are you just upset with me? He's like, yeah. John is not God. I love him, but he is not God. All right? I love you. Elder, I'd get upset if you ghosted me. I love you, but you are not God. I can go through this whole congregation. Pastor, I'd be upset, but you're not God. What do you do when God ghosts you? He hears you, but refuses to talk to you. That's an intentional. How long is he going to be silent on you? A day? I could handle that. A month? 5 years? This is the hard part right here. Sometimes the hardest thing is not opposition. I understand opposition. The hardest thing is silence. What do you do when heaven gets quiet on you? What do you do when you have prayed, seriously prayed, and nothing changes? Do you go to doing it your way? What do you do when you've carried everybody while you're secretly falling apart? David cried out and said, "How long, Lord?" Anybody ever been there? How long, Lord? I can handle a minute of silence. You just keep going on being God while I'm down here going through this. Jesus himself cries, my God, why have thou forsaken me?" We want to make it like we don't ever get confused about God. You walk long enough with God, you're going to get confused about him, because there are going to be moments that don't make sense to you. There might be months that don't make sense. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? Why didn't you just fix it? And then what do? We justify all the ways we worshiped him. But I gave this. I served here. I lived for you. I did full-time ministry. I bound my children to an altar. I did this. I loved in this way. And nothing changed. Because the reality, and this is a whole different sermon, our works are good for the kingdom, advancing that. They're good for it. You'll get reward when you stand at the bema seat for your works. But I don't know that you get all the reward you think you're going to get when you're here in the earth. And the question is, this becomes down to a motive thing. This is really hard. This is get deep into a person between their spirit and soul, because that comes down to my motive. Did I do it to get something, or did I do it because I was changed into the character of Christ? Because if you keep slapping me, I'm going to keep turning my other cheek if I'm turned into the character of Christ. If you keep slapping me and I'm doing it because I think that I'm going to get something back, I'm going to slap you back in one of these minutes. No one knows the motive but God. No one knows your motive, my motive, but God. And it can look the same process on the outside and have a very different outcome. You know what my prayer is? Let me keep turning the cheek. Let me be so much like you. That no matter how much the pressure comes, no matter what the input is from the outside, what's in me keeps looking like you. I keep walking because you keep holding my hand. I keep loving because that's what's in me. Not that it doesn't hurt. Not that you don't want things to be different. But I really believe the greatest thing we do is build the kingdom, change into the character of Christ. And it's pretty simple. Those are the two things, Pastor Todd. Make me more like Jesus every day, and let me advance his kingdom.